Hare Krishna Bhutta Bhavana, checking in from Cheney, Washington on this October 10th, I think, middle of the Columbus Day, Indigenous Day, 3-day holiday weekend. Fall has arrived. We've had hot weather. It's kind of nice brisk breeze, but definitely in the sun. I gotta get at least an hour of this because this is no longer bright, but at least it's spitting out a little vitamin D. And things locally here in my really local neighborhood, which is this motel here, is kind of back to being quiet again. It goes through phases of I don't know what we call it, difficult residents. Residents, or people that live here that are having them, or people that visit them are having issues that then everybody has to suffer through when the police or firemen or ambulance come for code 3s, right? But no, it's been really nice lately. So it was really crazy here a little while ago, but things are kind of back to normal. COVID-wise, Washington State is gotten back into the the mask stuff. I mean, half of the residents in Spokane County, I think, have taken both shots. I don't know how many have taken that booster, the third shot, or whatever, all that shit. I'm not really paying much attention. I ain't gonna take it. To jab me, you gotta. Now you can put a gun to my head too. I still won't take it. You'll have to jab me surreptitiously. Because I will not take. Actually, I never was an anti-vaxxer. I've had all kinds of vaccines in my life. As recently as about 5 years ago, I think I got my, whatever that was called, the tetanus, the TP something. It was a 3-way vaccine I took for tetanus, and then there was a couple other things in there that I had no problems with it. I have no problems with the vaccines. But this current thing's not a vaccine. It's an experiment. It's a genetic. It's an R. Small R DNA thing, and it's experimental. Nobody knows. If you really talk to either doctors or things that have degrees in immunology and know anything, I mean, their whole field of study is in immunology and virology and things like pathogens and stuff, and it's not like the doctors that we see here in our clinics and stuff. They're just basically trained up as the training they get is very good for what they're doing now, which is basically they're salesmen for the big pharma. And all they want to do is push drugs. And I'm very familiar with that my whole life, being not really an insider, but knowing lots of insiders, including my father, who was a business insider to the health industry, medical industry. He was an insider, but from being around that whenever I was with them, which was not long, because I left home early, and it was strange. But no, from what he has done with Kaiser and the politics and everything that, I know exactly what's going on, and it's my biggest challenge is to just fucking shut my mouth off and to just listen to these doctors. I just basically use them for, they have wonderful diagnostic machines. The technology is just really wonderful now. So I use them for their technology, but I don't use them for their advice. And when I have a complete picture of what's going on through imaging, whatever medical imaging that is, x-rays, CAT scans, MRI, all that fancy stuff, blood work, all that stuff, I got to keep an eye on my door is open. And I do got to keep an eye on it because it shouldn't really be wide open, but I'm right here, right? Okay, so and then I can either figure it out on my own, or if I have any questions, I have access to some of the best doctors in the alternative medicine field, in the Ayurvedic field, in the homeopathic, all of that. including things like what's it called, aromology, where you're actually burning different essential oils from the plants. Everything's like natural, coming from plant sources and stuff, instead of manufactured in factories, and the source is really chemicals from the oil industry or whatever, or they get the same things from naturopath and Ayurvedic. They get it from the plants, but they do their scientific things. They extract it to get one particular substance out and throw everything else away or whatever, and then mix that with all their fancy stuff, and they change it. They think they're better than God. God has already created everything we need. I mean, naturally, of course, humans as we are, we've like destroyed some of those sources. Every plant on the earth has a purpose, but we call some of them weeds and we destroy them, and we clear cut forests, rainforests and stuff, and then that destroys some species. And once those are gone, then there's really no natural way to do things, and you'll be forced to get your medicines from pharmaceutical companies. But yeah, so I'm just looking. It's really nice weather, man. I got to get up earlier and spend more time outside because it's really nice. Anyway, checking in, everything's wonderful. I've already rambled on too long. This is Bhuta Bhavana checking out from Cheney, Washington. Hare Krishna.